I'm sure many of us have seen the visual of that athlete or the sports person who waited for someone who was injured or stepped back from their winning lap or their victory stretch to help another athlete who was injured. And we always stood up and cheered for that person who stopped by saying that here is a person with character, here is a person with values, here is a person with sportsmanship. Now come to our lives these days, in this world where we are, where quick gains and power and control is so much desired and talked about, and every other person is trying to make a reel or give advice of how to make it out there. We have started living a life of great manipulation, deceit, and taking advantage of the situation and of others. Sometimes we are taking advantage of their fast pace of life, their ignorance, and their needs, and manipulating to take advantage for our own self. Where is this headed is an important question that we all need to ask. So, in life, there is always a reaction to what we do. What you put out there is what comes back to you. That's something that we need to remember. So there is advantage in not taking advantage of situations and of people. And the simple reason for this that we need to understand is that for every opportunity where we take advantage of situations and people, we are going to pay a price in one of three ways. Either we will pay a price from our inner self, which is that we will lose our peace, we will lose our character, we will lose our own faith on our own self, and we will cultivate bad habits. Remember, at the end of the day, taking advantage of a situation or of somebody is a bad habit, because you are coercing, you're manipulating, you're lying, it's a deceitful behavior, and those are things which erode your character and permanently give you bad behaviors. And at some point in time, those bad behaviors are going to completely take away your peace, your joy, your character. And if you lose that, you lose your identity. What is there to you? And we have seen so many people around us who have lived a virtueless life and then completely lost themselves to illnesses or to other significant challenges. Cut to the second part, which is the worldly price that you pay. There are people who notice you doing the bad things, who notice you doing the deceitful things. Maybe they are in power and can do something about it. Maybe they are not in the power and cannot do anything about it. If they are in power and they catch you, well, then you will pay a price for it. If they are not in power and they cannot do anything about you, then they will at least gossip. They will tell the story to others. You will lose your trust. You will lose your reputation. You will lose your image. And then what happens is, at some point in time, when the time is crucial, you will lose your sponsorship. You will lose your advantage, because despite having good skills or whatever else you bring to the table, people will know you to be characterless and they will not sponsor you. Forget about this part. But what if you get caught by a bigger fish? Because if you are manipulating, you are deceiving, you are cheating, you are not the only one. There are bigger fishes than you who are playing bigger game. So if you are in the game of promotion, there are people who are in a bigger game of promotion. If you are trying to collude with powers outside and make money, there are bigger powers trying to do that. There are opposing parties who will try to do that. When you get in contact with those bigger players, I'm sure you will not have the weight to play the game. And then either they will destroy you, or they will want you to come into their fold, ending up using you, or you will get used for them. And the game only gets murkier from there. This is a one-way road, and there is no escaping from this. Look at the other side of it, which is spiritual. Every time you do something incorrect like this, you are going to accumulate a lot of negative energy. And that negative energy is going to partially come from your own feelings. Negative energy is going to come from others who will feel bad, and they will send that negative energy towards you. And it really doesn't help you in the long process and journey. Now, there are some of us who pay a price very quickly for something wrong that we have done. Many of us get discovered, caught, whether it's a small traffic violation or it's some challenge that you create in a relationship or a wrong piece of work that you do. Many of us get caught very easily. There are people who get caught, you go on for a long time and who are not caught. We know corrupt people, liars, deceiters, people who are criminals who go on for a long time, and it's looks like they're not getting punished. But eventually life catches up to you. Everybody's punishment is different, from illness to legal punishments, to loss of life, to really bad deaths. There are many ways that people pay a price. Look around you, you will realize that. I don't even need to call your attention to some of these negative things that happen to people. You know what those are, right? Now, for a moment, let me come to the other side. And what do you do? Now, there are many people who say this, that the world is like this, so you need to become like that. No, don't do that, because that's where the challenge lies. So what do? The first thing that you need to do is develop a lot of self-awareness. Who are you? What do you need from life? What is your reality of life? And where do you need to get to life in life? And be realistic about your dreams. And when I say realistic, I'm not asking you to reduce your dreams. I'm asking you to make your dreams come true through realistic approaches. And also, you need to validate your dreams. Can you get to a certain point? If life is pushing your dreams back, and if that is then you need to ask, is that the right dream to have? You've done something 5, 10, 15 times. How long do you need to wait? You cannot continue putting good money after bad money. So that's the sunk fallacy thing. So you need to have a bias-free thinking about life, of what are your dreams, what are your aspirations, and how's the world clouding all of those challenges. So get that self-awareness, remove the cloud, remove the dirt, the fog, the smog that the world is throwing at you, the voices which are telling you to do a startup or pursue this career or this property or that kind of a lifestyle. Think what is right for you. Choose your path, decide your path. That's your first choice. The second is cultivating deep attitude and mindset, where your right values, the right virtues will really come in handy. Like Patanjali's Yoga Sutra has the Ashtanga Yoga Paddhati, and the first step of Ashtanga Yoga is Yama, and the first step of Yama is ahimsa, which then essentially means not harming anyone or anything. Values like those are very critical. Not taking something or desiring something that belongs to somebody, not being jealous of others in a negative way, not colluding against others. These are important values to have in life. Cultivate those values so that when you respond to life, you respond in the right fashion. Just because everyone around you is playing with fire and muck and poison, you don't need to do the same thing. If you have that fear of being left out, you will get into this challenge. So understand the deeper meaning of life and build a better life. Don't do what others out there are doing, because they may not have any foundations to life, and they may be some of the worst thinkers about life. Improve your thinking, improve your self-awareness, get the right kind of attitude, mindsets, and values to live life. Make the right choices. Be wise. Build a better life.